Housewives.
Hello, and Housewives of Connecticut.
I'm Nubia.
And I am Ajua.
So don't I look professional today, y'all? With
Yes.
my
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
so don't hate these. They're called beats,
Hmm.
but I didn't buy them directly from anywhere. My son got tired of them. I think that my daughter gave them to my son. He got tired of them. They kept passed down to me, and I was so
Yes.
excited to use them until the black ones that used to be here started to leave black marks in on my ear. So I'm like, how can you have such high quality things and then it starts to deteriorate? But I didn't know that you could buy new replacements. So,
Yes.
so stepping out for a second. Wait,
I was going to say, have you put like little cloth, little ear muff thingies around it? I mean, winning.
girl, you know I did that. That's what I was doing because we don't be throwing stuff away around here, right? Not in this household.
Still good, right? Still
But
good.
but my daughter came home from college and then we all had the conversation in the car. Went home
Mhm.
and not like we're not being endorsed yet by anybody. But look,
Come
so
on.
Cipher
Mhm.
dot V.
Yeah.
That's what these. You just buy the new replacements, and then I had my daughter or my son or my husband, any of them could have done it. I'm not saying I
Bring
couldn't
you.
have done it, but not saying I couldn't have done it, but um. Oh, so you know what? Oh yeah, we said we are. This is um. Yeah, Connecticut Housewives, Housewives of Connecticut, and I
Yes.
forget to say that here we're just building one queen at a time. So if we can say something encouraging or positive to you, we're just here and we're all for it. We're all about building your queendom.
That's right.
And of course, and then to elevate to God's kingdom. But while we're here on earth, our house, our domain, our castle, our villas, whatever,
Yeah.
it's your queendom. So anything that has to do with queendom, gardening, taking care of your spouse, your family, cooking, cleaning,
Sister locks.
sister locks, living holistically, eating
Hmm.
correctly, eating clean, falling off the wagon, getting back on. No judgment here.
Working out. Working out and not working out.
And speaking of
Getting
that,
15,000 steps last night and passing it
I
off.
I saw that. I saw that. So this is the other pair. So I bought the black ones because this is the
Huh?
original that goes to the beats. But
Yeah.
I'm like, look at these. This is just so cute. It reminds me
Yeah.
of for anybody who's of our age, or whatever. My mother-in-law loved Royal Albert. It's a China. So back in the day, people when they got married, they would there's wedding lists, there's wedding. You can help somebody purchase their dishes and all that kind of stuff for weddings and stuff. And so I just fell in love, excuse me, with Royal Albert. And this is the reverse because what Royal Albert really is, a white background with roses and stuff like that on it. And they actually had that as a suggestion or an option. But I decided to go with the black one with the little roses. So yeah.
Nice.
So if you have beats and they still work great, and you don't want to throw them away, just change out your ear muffs and start all over again.
There you
So
go. So tell me
yeah.
about what you have on right now. What is your ensemble that you're wearing today?
So I went to go to the gym, and another thing I think that you and I like to portray is modesty, because there's a whole lot of lack of that going around
Mm.
in this world, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So, and I'm not even sure if we have even told our listeners that we just we wear long skirts and long dresses for the best of. I mean, I don't think I can even remember the last time I wore a pair of pants, honestly. Besides my what do they call it? My spandex workout pants under a skirt.
Right.
So
Hmm.
so here I am standing up. Let's see. So I can't see.
I've got that same skirt, girl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you do. This one's a little bit shorter, but I was using this for
Yeah.
golf until I ordered the other ones, and then I have
Yeah.
on my spandex pants. So anything, just for us, just cover your butt, ladies.
Yes.
Do you? But oh my gosh. Okay, don't let me
Over
get
the
distracted.
ribbon.
Bynum. What's her name?
When Juanita Bynum.
Juanita Bynum.
Mm. Yes.
So let's hold that thought for me. So I put my okay. I actually have on three shirts, and that's because the first one is a t-shirt,
Uh,
and then I'm like, I'm going to the gym, and the t-shirt's kind of low. So then I
mhm.
put this little short uh, mock turtleneck on that is a short sleeve. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to still do that. So then I put the shirt on, on top of the
Yeah.
shirt. Now, of course, I'm not like in Africa. I'm not in Texas. I'm not
Yeah.
anywhere down. I'm in New England, so I can still get away with this for right now.
Yes.
But so anyways,
So,
it says unveil the mask. That's right. Unveil the mask.
All right. So
So,
can I just say that those little half, the half turtleneck slash
oh, we bought
half
them
half
together.
sleeve or no sleeve,
Yeah,
those things. Okay, we're not even like I said, we're Target. I have to tell it.
we were
Target.
together. We bought this one shirt
You were in
Target
Texas
together.
then.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Mm-hmm. And all I can say is, oh, I wish I knew what that wonderful, beautiful, swirling, meant. Is there a
yeah.
translation on here somehow? But
Well, looks like either Arabic or what's the other language it could be? It could be any one of those languages. It is beautiful, and of
mm.
course, there's another person underneath that. We don't have to.
He said,
Yeah,
"What the hell?" I said, "What the Jesus?" I said, "What the
what the
heaven?"
Jesus? Yeah, yeah. If you're welcome here, but if all the comments are going to be like that, then this may not be the place for you because we talk a lot of scripture. We talk about Jesus and Yah and Yahweh
And sometimes we don't. So
and sometimes we
hallelujah,
don't.
Yahweh. Mm, Abba.
Amen. But we're
Amen.
sisters, just doing a little chit chat about household things and
Yeah.
kingdomly things and queendom things. So you're
Mhm.
more than welcome to stay.
And just and just random things as well. And
Wait,
you know, if
so
you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's what we were taught by our mother and father.
yeah, right,
Thank you.
right. So
So
Juanita Bynum, girl, you sent me that thing. We need to leave her link down below because I actually had intended on maybe playing that was
mm,
actually that was like 20 minutes long or so, wasn't it?
I
20
think
30
it was
minutes
probably
long.
longer than about that or longer.
Yeah.
But all I can say is, can I just tell you about the conviction though? Because I ran out because our father, like, we always talk about, is actually in either the hospital and or rehab or whatever. Right now he's in rehab.
Hmm.
Thank the Lord.
Hmm.
From an injury that he sustained.
And
So
they transferred him there just last night, right? Just
just last
so
night, right?
this has been a long 4 to 5 week journey because it was two
Mhm.
weeks or so before I got there, and then I was there with you for 3 weeks, and then here we are 5 weeks later or so. So now he's in the hospital, emergency room, uh,
Hospital, rehab,
hospital, rehab, out of
rehab,
rehab, back to
hospital.
ER, back to
Yeah,
ER, hospital. Yeah. So it's been a journey, and he's taking a licking and keeping on ticking. So
yeah.
God obviously has him here still for a reason. Praise God. He's going to be
Mhm.
83 in August, right?
Yes, we are
Right.
grateful.
So
Thank you, Jesus.
we are grateful. And he used to stay here in Connecticut with
Hmm.
me for a bit and my family, and now he only resides in Texas now because he can't travel by himself. The last time I flew out there with him was in Texas 2 years ago, and
Well,
then
long
he's been
story
there ever
short,
since.
it's been 9.5 years of us caring for our father, you know. So long road, and we're willing to continue on it.
And okay, can you write down that for a second? Nursing the epidemic of not being able to find a bed for a nursing home. I just heard that yesterday on the NPR news. But
Mm-hmm.
before we jump there, we were talking about Juanita Bynum. I remember being back in my 20s, back in Tampa, and hearing Juanita Bynum for the very first time. And I tell you what, I think that first message was called Sheets or something like that. I think it was called Giving Back the Sheets or Tossing. I don't know what it was, but Juanita Bynum did that thing back 30
Yes.
years ago. So she's been
Mm-hmm.
around for a long time, and she's been through some stuff.
Yes.
And
Talking about the lust of the flesh, and she will definitely break it down into layman's terms, and even break it down a little bit more than layman's terms. She gets as
so
low
that so
as the lowest person.
so you may not be ready for that, but she was talking about modesty and where did it go? Where did it go?
Yes.
Where did it
Hmm.
go? And talk about she wasn't even talking about secular women. She was talking about
Right.
women up in the church.
Church. Yeah.
Yeah,
Out.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the worst part is she's not wrong.
Right. It's harsh, but
Unfortunately.
I mean, because she was talking about, and she wasn't talking about. She was just saying, where are the examples? Because she was even saying, Christian women who've been in church for a long time, and ministers' wives, pastors' wives, and
Yeah.
what happened to the mothers
Hmm.
board and all those type of things. And I was like, wow, she is going in, and it's not for the faint at heart, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. Definitely
But
not.
but our society as a whole, we're off the chain, off the chain. So
Hmm.
it was needed. It was a very good message, and once I take that editing class, I can figure out how to put clips here and there or whatever. But like I said, maybe hopefully during the editing process, and you have to give me a week or so, I put stuff in gradually.
Mhm.
Maybe I can put the link to that video because it was something else. It's just, just reassess because
Yeah.
I think people are forgetting that. Like, why are you showing as much as you're showing? Do you have nieces and nephews around you? Are you raising a daughter? I mean, are you raising a son? You
It's
know?
like leaving nothing to the imagination. That's the whole thing,
Exactly.
and it's like, it's amazing how we'll go to church, but we totally forgot about holiness. And
Mm,
I'm gonna make it personal. I can tell you that I was going to see our father in the hospital, and I had just finished working out myself.
hmm.
And normally I have my things, maybe laid out, or maybe just at least in my mind laid out, as far as what I'm gonna wear. And so I have levels of the length of skirts that I wear, as far
Hmm.
as for exercising. Can I just
Hmm.
tell you that because I was trying to get there by a certain time, by the time I put my clothes on, did a little workout, got over there, I didn't even realize how short the skirt was. And, I knew I felt uncomfortable, but I didn't know exactly. And then I looked down and I was like, are you kidding me? The skirt that I wore yesterday is not the skirt that I am wearing today. So I looked forward to going back home, and getting myself, back in order. So, and it's not that, I'm not judging anybody else that prefers to have it above the knee,
Hmm.
or even, but no, as for me, I decided, no, I definitely prefer to have them. If I don't have any tights underneath, I prefer definitely to have them lower than the knee.
Hmm.
And
And
even lower than
I
that
also
again.
right, and
Hmm.
I also want to say that when you're watching this,
Hmm.
as we're going along, if you see me glancing over different people, it's not that I'm not paying attention to the talker
Right.
or the speaker because we had a really good. My sister bowed out last week so that our speaker could jump in.
Yes.
Again, those are editing things that we're learning, and I'll be able to have
Hmm.
learn how to have more than one person on the panel at a time. But I
Right.
am typing in the comments, looking at the comments. I am adjusting things over here. So kind of like a two-man shop, but really one-man shop when it comes to the editing part while we're live. So that's for future reference.
Yes.
But and now going back to the oh my goodness, if you did not watch the podcast last week, you've got to go check it out. Now that
Yeah.
was so much information, we were all over the place, but
Yeah.
we're gonna have her come back and talk little snippets about different subjects. I mean, because she
Hmm.
talked like, how to read the dilation of your eyes. She talked about
Yes.
diabetes. She talked
Hmm.
about like metformin and different medications that were on that could be healed
Hmm.
naturally, and that some of those things are related to being like sorrow or depression or
Hmm.
um I mean, just jump in. But I mean, she just named a whole lot of things. That was so. That's shout out to Dr. Delise
That's true. She even went to the natural side,
Charles Lowry.
castor oils and things like that.
Yes,
Yes. What if there's she said it was not a one person fit. Everything doesn't fit one. It's not one size fit all. So you
right,
really need to know what you're doing prior to going out there and purchasing things. Oh, you can see it's already. I'm trying to. That's going to be a
right.
conversation in a minute. Let's cover that up.
And not
All right.
only that, but also asking, asking your doctors for their
Yes.
advice also, or you're finding a holistic person that
Right.
could help you with this journey because not it's not a one fit all, one size fits all type of thing.
Right. Hmm.
So what's good
And
for
she
my sister may not be good for me type of thing.
Exactly. And she spoke about, getting blood panels, either through her or her sister company or through a company, just in your area and sending it to her. That way she can interpret what it all means and what exactly you need for your personal health and
Hmm.
wealth.
Hmm.
So,
Right. Yeah. So that was good. And you know what I
mhm.
want to start doing too?
What's
So
that?
um I'm trying to learn how to edit these pictures and stuff like that in Canva. So keep
Yeah.
that picture just like that. I like the way you just like that. I'm gonna do it. Oh, I can't. I can't do a Snapchat. I don't want to. We're gonna pause for a second, and I'll come back to this point in the video, and I'll try and snapshot it. So look, this is
Okay.
our. Well, because I was trying to take a picture that we had of you and I, and then split
Yeah.
it here, and then bring you closer to me, and then
Hmm.
let us fit into the little box that Canva gives us, and that could take 2 hours if you don't know what you're doing. That could take. It's like, honey, where's dinner? I said to my son the other day. I said, oh, guys, I have these appointments on Monday, and
Yeah.
then I have these appointments on Tuesday. So you're all
Yeah.
on your way. He said, oh, that's okay, mom. He said, I'll just starve. I'm like, I'm like 17-year-old boy. If you don't get in that kitchen, he knows how to cook. But
Yeah.
he hilarious. That boy. I just don't even no
Oh
words.
yeah, boy, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
But anyway, I like that. I like that. They should make a dress like that, going all the
I
way down. That
know.
would be nice as a
Yes.
dress too. Don't you think?
Yes, indeed. So, but all I can say is I'm wearing a denim skirt today. Oh, so I cannot wait to go off topic here. So, but
Okay.
this is actually pop holders. I just
Yes.
want to talk
I
about
was
these
hoping you
pot
were going to show
holders.
them.
I call them African American pot holders because every woman in here is actually a woman of color and African American.
Yeah.
And so I just thought it was so amazing.
Go
I
ahead.
have no idea, unfortunately. Can you see it?
Yeah. Yeah. Go closer. Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful,
Nice.
right? I
Yes.
mean, the detail on it is amazing. And so, but wait, there's more.
I love it. Wait, are those new? Those are different from the ones that were on your counter in the kitchen.
No, no, they are not, sister.
Oh, beautiful. I love it.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and unfortunately, there's only four. And then people keep asking me where I got them
Well,
from, and I have no earthly idea where I got them from. All I know is they are amazing.
you're gonna have to take a picture, individual pictures of them on your nice and straight cornered spacing with your phone, and we might have to use them for our like our cover picture for when we come on.
Okay.
We'll take turns using each one of them. If you take a picture and send it to me. Nice. I love it. I love it.
So it's a four-piece set, and all I
Yes.
can say is they're amazing. I'm not sure if I have oh here we go, but yeah, four-piece set, loving it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So, and I like
Yeah.
to say, unfortunately, there's not a name on here that I can visibly see that could tell you.
Oh.
Actually, it does say something on the back, but it also says made in China. But disregard the made in China part. Uh, but long story short, was they were actually made by an African American person, I believe, but
Oh,
amazing.
and just as you're saying that, this a person just jumped on and says, "Hello from Morocco. Hello from Morocco."
Morocco.
Yeah. Oh, and Daughter of the Most High just popped on. Hello, ladies. Internet is going through something here, so I will be able to watch. So I will not be able to watch
Hmm.
y'all today. Okay, gotcha. I'm
Oh,
looking at y'all frozen faces with the thing spinning, trying to load. I hear you, sister. So just
yes.
catch us after it gets reloaded. And also immediately after we go off, it goes into private mode. So I have to remember my remind myself to go in, take it off private, and then we
Right.
can come back in and watch it. But usually I'm running from here to a podcast class. I'm learning how to do some podcast things, learn some new tips and tricks or whatever. And it's a free class for veterans and
Yay!
or family members that are veterans too. So
It's too bad I have absolutely positively no interest in it because that's free. It's for me. So I
I
live
know.
vicariously through all of your technological phase that you do.
I know. People are like, how do you, what do you, why are you always on the, I did this in the military, not to this degree, because, it's a
Yes.
little bit more fancier now, but back in
Uh-huh.
when we were in, we
Yeah.
never talked about that because when I was in Turkey, you weren't in yet, but when I was in Spain, you were in Germany,
Hmm.
and then you came over to visit me for a weekend or whatever. And then you met my husband, who's my boyfriend at that time. And I gave him the pep talk. Okay. All right. My sister's coming. Okay, you don't want to mess with her because she can she beats people up. You know what I mean? Like from back in the day, And so I'm like,
Okay.
no, I didn't say the beat up part. I said just don't mess with her, right? Just I want you guys to get along, and I want you to both like each other. So just keep the peace. He got here, she got to Spain, and they were poking each other. They were laughing and joking, and I'm looking at them like I look at my husband, who's my boyfriend. I'm like, what? He didn't follow none of my instructions, but
Like you gave him a briefing and he didn't even adhere to anything in the brief. Thank God.
yeah, exactly. Thank God. Thank God. Because I all I remember is us going to like a little carnival circus thing, and he had bought this little miniature bat, and I'm not sure what he did with this little miniature bat thing, but that's my memory of that of you coming there and him buying this little tiny bat like this. We kept it in a car for a long time in Spain, but
So I can tell. Let me tell you that you know that you are loved by your sister. When we go to a music park, and you know that I am the kind of person that gets sick on any kind of ride, except for bumping cars,
right,
and
right. Me too.
and had some really nice earrings on that day, and they decided that they were going to go and do the rides on the amusement park. Okay. I said, all right, I'm going to go with you guys. I tried to support you guys. Got on one of those loopy visits, and I was sick as a dog for the rest of the day, and lost the earring, no less.
Are you sure? That's the first time I heard that story. And you know what? He
Yes.
isn't like those. He doesn't like those
Oh,
things either, and neither do I. So I'm not sure who you were on those rides with because I don't like him and he doesn't like them. We're bumping car people to this
yeah,
day.
I think pretty much that, like, it was like a show off day, kind of thing. But that's how I'm recalling it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Oh, I'll have to bring that to his memory because
Yes.
again we're going back 37 years, so he may not even remember either. July will be 37 years,
Can
but
you believe? Well, I tell you
no,
what, time
I
flies.
actually, yeah, I cannot believe actually. It's hard to believe, but
Yes.
yeah, but
Oh yes.
and I loved it when our my pastor's wife, who's also a co-pastor when I was in Tampa, she was saying about marriages, and she said, yeah, once you get to a certain point in the marriage, it's like I was like to people, I'm not turning him in now. I got him. He's all broken in just the way I like it. So not broken in, but massaged in. He's just okay. Okay, the Holy Spirit just did it all right,
Oh yeah.
just the way I like him.
Yeah.
I'll put
Mhm.
it that way. Yeah, yeah. So
So oh, so
what else is on
another
your
thing.
list? Go ahead.
So chocolate. So my sister and I went to a wonderful supermarket called
E
H.E.B.
B in Texas only. Well, that area.
Right. So can I just say I'm pretty sure that she's actually in love with the H.E.B now. Here, everything is better, right? So I introduced her to the lovely chocolates. I'm gonna hide the price just because don't worry about it. But I introduced her
Oh,
to the lovely chocolates.
I still have some of those somewhere because I be girl because I just showed you where my stash was. Okay, I had this
Yes.
right here up there on that bookshelf, way up there in between there. I forgot that. So now I don't even know where I had those chocolates, girl.
What? Okay, so and I feel kind of convicted because I always say that there's a to share and then a not to share, right? So yes, yummy.
Dark
Okay.
chocolate, girl. Wait,
All
what's the
right. Yes,
percentage?
dark chocolate. So mine actually says that it's Sunrich Farms keto chocolate almonds.
Hmm.
So keto chocolate. All right. So that's the back. And yes, the price was just shown. It's still a good price. So I just got these recently for Mother's Day. I said, you know what? On the way from church, I'm gonna go ahead and get some more chocolate, right? So I got
Yeah.
the chocolate. I had these chocolates to share, and then I have got another bag of chocolate that was my not to share. And can I
Hmm.
just say that God is not like ugly because this is my practice on a regular basis. Um, Last night, checked my chocolates, had a couple pops in my mouth as I was driving, and I can just say, they were good. Now these ones that I sat inside were special for Ajua. Nubia, I'm sorry that you didn't have a chance to taste these, but these are actually, they say Durham's dark chocolate macaroon. It's a macaroon almond. Now, when I say that I had share and not to share, these were my not to share, right? And I didn't feel bad because
Wow.
my husband had plenty of chocolate to choose from. However, I just got a $3.06 bunch of these that was so delicious. Do you see what the bag looks like today? That's how the bag looks.
Ooh.
I leave it in my car because it's my car. My husband has his car. I have mine. It was a not to share pile, and I really meant that thing. But I did not
Now they melted.
anticipate it being 91 plus degrees in my car this
Uh huh.
morning,
Uh huh.
this afternoon. What time is it now? Is it afternoon? Yeah. So this early morning, late or no, late morning, early afternoon, and this is what my not share looks like, y'all. All right. So learn from me. Have a share. That way you don't end up having a not so share that you have to pry apart or just like kind of like lick off the bag to enjoy it.
No, put it in the freezer. Put it in the freezer. Put it in the freezer.
Uh huh.
Let it freeze, and then you
Yeah.
can just like peel off the plastic and girl.
Yes, you're good. So that's going to happen. So go
But
into the freezer immediately after we finish talking. But share,
I hear you.
perfectly
I hear you.
fine, wonderfully separated,
So
and
I
not
have to
so.
share. So I have to share a story about that because with us being moms of okay, I'm mom of four, and you're a mom of four plus one. Four that you
Mhm.
birthed and one in love.
Yes.
Uh, So our
My daughter.
sister,
Hmm.
yet, yet she evolves.
Or she yet evolves, right?
Yet she evolves. Because it
Mm,
starts with
okay.
yet.
Oh,
Um, I think now you got me confused.
I
Um,
don't know.
she one year she gave me a jar. I'm not even sure if they're still in business, but it's called Sharon's daughter or Martha's daughter, something daughter. And they it was homemade creams like
Oh yes, I know you're talking about. Uh huh.
gosh, make me want to Carol's daughter. Carol's
Carol's
daughter.
daughter. That's it. Very good.
And I think I'm not sure if she bought me some twice,
Uh-huh.
but oh, they're still yeah, they are still in business, and I think that they're in Target and all those kind of things now.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
Yes.
they made it really big. But
Yes.
anyway, so she bought me this thing, and I was so oh my gosh, this I knew that it was probably a good good price on it, and I was like oh, and anything that you have when you're a mother,
Hmm.
your kids just come. They look through your drawers. They look through your clothing drawers, and they try and find clothes of yours that they can wear. And you do the same thing to our father. I
They,
remember that.
all the
And,
cabinets in the bathroom and the pantry. So,
jewelry,
oh,
your lip glosses, anything. Nothing is
mm.
sacred. Nothing is
Yeah.
sacred when you're a mom. So I
Wait,
decided I was going to put
they call it coming to Target or coming to Walmart to go shopping
right,
in your home, my home.
exactly. And mine go up to look. I'm not going to call it the attic. I call it the third floor loft.
Yes.
Right. We
Yes.
just call it the Taylor's thrift store or whatever.
Mm,
So they'll be wearing stuff. I'm like
that looks
that
familiar.
that looks awful. They're like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I'm like that. They're like I no here's the thing. I found it in the attic. You didn't find it in the attic. It was in a box that belonged to me. How did you find it? It wasn't lost. That's the thing.
Yeah. No.
So and then
Mhm.
between you and I both we have so much stuff anyway. So I'm like
Oh gosh.
but sometimes they
Mhm.
take your favorite stuff. So anyway, going back to Carol's daughter,
Yeah.
don't be throwing at them squirrels, them nuts for the um I took this thing,
Mhm.
I would use it and then I would put it away. I would use it and I would put it away. And I think that maybe I got it toward it was cooler weather. So I think that my hiding space was under my bed. Let me tell you. And it was all natural products. So by the time I went to go to use it again, it curdled or whatever. Man, that hurt me to my heart. So now I know whatever I have, just put it out there. Everybody just use it. Everybody enjoy it. You know what I mean? Because we do what we just did, and then what
Hmm.
happens is the chocolate melts and the Carol's daughter spoils. You know.
Yeah, the hair
So
product spoils. But yeah, oh yeah. So you're
and that
definitely
wasn't
right.
just it wasn't
But
just
my
hair
whole
products
thing
at
is,
that
if
time.
you could have used
It
it,
was moisturizer. Yeah.
yeah, but if you couldn't use it, see, and because ultimately we won't want to use it until it's all gone. So I'm like, can you at least like let me know what the last item was taken from our home Walmart slash Target, please? That way I can replace it and have some for when I want to use it. Thank you very much.
That right there. That right there. That right there. Exactly.
Oh, she's six
Exactly.
minutes behind, Nubia.
Oh, is she? Oh, I'm gonna put in here. So I'm actually
Daughter,
putting some notes in it. So what are
daughter of
some
the
other
most,
notes that we have? What
yeah,
are some
daughter of
other
the
notes
most
that we
high
have?
says she's 6 minutes behind.
Oh, take the little red cursor on the thing and move it all the way to the far right,
Right.
and that will help you to speed up.
Mhm.
Of course, she's gonna get there 6 minutes from now, and then
On to the next thing, right? Hmm.
but you can watch something live and you can pause it, and then you will be behind. But you can also take the little red line while it's live and move it all the way to the far right, and it'll catch you up.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yep. So, but yeah. But so what else do we want to talk about for today? Besides the fact that that
So
was an awesomely bomb, diggity in a good way interview last week. Yeah,
it
we'll
was
have to have her on
amazing.
again. Yeah.
Oh yes, yes indeed. So I don't know if your children are as creative as my children, but I think you saw this the last time
Mm-hmm.
you were here. And
Mm-hmm.
this was actually an idea of one of my children, adult
Mm-hmm.
children, to take that from a picture from way back when. And you can see now that it says Nima because I'm the Nima.
Mm-hmm. I walked past her in her house. I said, "Why does that picture look exactly like my photographer who took a picture of me?" I'm like, and she be look. I look, girl, guys. I be telling her like everything, like up to speed. She's not even 6 minutes behind. She's like on it, on it, on it. And I'm like, did I tell you that? She's like, oh, you already told me that. I go to her house. She got the book. I'm like, that picture had to be from back in high school. I don't know how she found the same photographer. And my kids are creative, but not in that way. Maybe
Mhm. Oh.
by the time they have kids or puppies or kittens
Mhm.
or whatever it is that they're
Mhm.
going to do. Even though I would love for them to reappropriate and have kids
Mhm.
one day, but
Mhm. Oh,
it hasn't happened yet. But yeah,
but I do want to say that although it looks like I am scandalously dressed or not dressed, I actually
yeah,
have
tube top on.
a tube top on
Yeah,
underneath.
I think I did the same thing. Yeah, you're gonna
So,
make me pull them pictures out. I gotta find my pictures now.
all the pictures,
They're
honey.
somewhere. So they're somewhere. Maybe I make my own book. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
Because they're creative, but they're creative in different ways, and that was
Hmm.
very unique.
Hmm.
Hey, we had this. Okay, we had this conversation. I've had this conversation with my husband
Hmm.
before. It's like, and my daughters, because sometimes we can be so ahead of our time, and like just say back in the day, I've sold a number of products. I call myself a serial entrepreneur. I mean, whatever. And when I was doing the Mary Kay thing back in the
Hmm.
day, I'll just put myself out there. Nobody was really interested in. I think that maybe you jumped in for me because you just kind of whatever I did, you were.
You know
I
I
have to
tagged in,
admit,
sis.
you always a supporter of these things, even though you
Mm.
sold some really good knives and you didn't give me the opportunity to buy those knives. I'm like, what happened? Like I'd be going to her house like, what do you mean you had these knives and you sold them back in
Oh, the Cutco?
1987?
The Cutco?
I guess that's what it was. So so sometimes we're so ahead of our time that other people they don't
Hmm.
jump in right when we would love for them to support us, but they do it
Yeah,
afterwards. And I
right.
find myself because even a small example, and this is not even no diss because you know as much as I love you. I'm like I bought the flower thing where you take the lamp and you put the seeds in the thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait at least 6 months before I tell my sister that I have these things because she gon' this was 5 years ago because it reminds me of our our father and anybody who may or may not watch this that's a relative of us and Wiki. Our dad would do things, and whatever he would do, his cousin would outdo. If Daddy started judo, karate, whatever, and he said, but let's call it this. He was such an influencer, and people admired
Loving
him so much.
admiration.
I love that, loving admiration. People loved him and admired him so much that he got a motorcycle. I don't even know. I believe that Daddy got the motorcycle first, and then
Pretty sure,
everybody else
yes.
got the motorcycle.
Hmm.
So I know that his first motorcycle was a Suzuki
Hmm.
because I remember him and Mommy went to Canada on the back of that
And he
thing,
used to
and
ride up
and
around everywhere too. Not
and Nova
Canada.
Scotia. Yeah,
Hmm.
right. He
Hmm.
took Mommy to Canada and Nova Scotia, and then everybody else got a motorcycle, and then he eventually upgraded to the Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson. So I'm gonna have to put that in here. Harley Davidson.
Soft,
But
Harley
anyway,
Davidson, Softail.
okay,
Hmm.
okay. Look at
Hmm.
you.
With saddlebags.
Um, look at you. So
to
anyway, so anyway, so
to
sometimes
today,
we're okay.
to today owning
What's
a tri-glide Harley Davidson
like,
shared
what's it
with
called? It's called a tailspin or tail what?
it's a tri-glide.
No, what was the other one? The tail
Softail.
soft tail. Okay, see,
That's your hind part,
she's it.
Softail.
Oh, thank you. Okay, okay, go there. Okay, and so now he has a what? You guys have you together? You two together? What's it called?
A tri-glide
Oh,
Harley Davidson.
oh. I didn't even know that it was a Holly Davidson until we went to the look. We had to check each other almost into the ER because we were taking care of our father. And on the I think it was a Friday or Thursday, I had to check myself, had her check me in, and even though she needed to be checked in, she waited a couple days till look. It's probably a good thing that our auntie and uncle were halfway back to the where they lived, or
Mm-hmm.
else they probably would have turned around and came back to check on you, but
Mm-hmm.
or us. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, while we were in the hospital that day, this guy had a T-shirt on or a hat that he had on, and we stopped him in the hallway and talked to him. I had to leave them two staying there, talk to him a half an hour later. I had to go get my prescription. So and at
Mm-hmm.
that point, that's when I knew that he had a try. Say it again.
Tri-glide.
Triglide.
Glide.
Okay, because
So,
I'm typing it in.
and
Triglide, and
that's the
I
spirit
didn't know that.
we have from our mother. She is the mayor of everyone. So every now and again, that mayor, mayoral spirit, kind of hops onto me, and I have a conversation with a perfect stranger like I've known him forever.
Yeah, yeah, and actually we both do that same thing. We
Yes,
we love and adore our mother. I don't want anybody to ever just in
yes.
case we haven't said that, we do love and adore
Love you,
our
Ma.
mother. Our yeah, love you, ma, and our parents and everybody, our family.
Yeah.
Um, but let's. So what did you do this weekend? Because I'm one of those. I'm sitting down on the outside, but I'm standing up on the inside. So
Mhm.
I try and tell my kids I don't like to. We're not gonna fall for the okey doke as far as when did all the Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, all these things come into
Birthday.
play?
Mm-hmm.
And when did all those things come into
Sure,
play?
instead of reservation. Mm-hmm.
So I said to my kids, just love me every day, and on that day, you don't have to buy me because the amount of money that is spent on Mother's Day and flowers. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you should do it every day. Do it once a month. Do it on any other day. Why does it have to be
Mhm.
on that specific day? We are
Right.
making other people make money off of us. If we could just
Mm-hmm.
come together as a collective and figure out how to keep our money even in our own communities and
Mm-hmm.
as far as economically, we would be doing awesome. They say that anybody's allowed to watch our show, our podcast, but they say
Mm-hmm.
that the amount of money that African Americans spend in the United States is like in the trillions. We could
Yeah.
like own our own. If we were to have a country,
Whatever we wanted.
it would be second or third behind like I don't know what country they say that it would. All I know is that we spend a lot of money, and if we would
Facts.
take that money, save it, and put it in all these different places,
Yes.
do you know how
Mm.
much further we'd be? Even if we were to buy businesses or uh, buy our what's it? Support each other's businesses is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Supporting each
Yes.
other's businesses,
Mm-hmm.
because we support other people. We support
We do.
everybody. We're
Mm-hmm.
all inclusive, but it's not so much for other people spending their money with us. Not so much.
And then, yeah, and why is it that people of color, you can buy from person of color, but do you think they reciprocate, and buy from you? Whether it be a relative or whether it just be a perfect stranger, it's like it should be one hand washes another. Not that you actually need someone to do that, but it's just not a natural thing for us to support one another. Unfortunately, there. Don't get me wrong. There are people out there that actually believe the same way and do such. But if we all did that, can you imagine? You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
And even if we started with just buying products from other Christians first,
right. Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
also turned it inward and started to and what people have to also understand is just because and I got this from Dr. Boyce Watkins, not and other people. When you say that you love melanated people,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't mean that doesn't mean you hate other people.
It does. First of all, we have we have everything in our family. So to
We
say
do
that would
have
be
we have a lot of
yes,
interracial people in our mixed couples in our family, which a
yes.
lot of people do nowadays, but then a lot of people don't. But
Mhm.
when you just because you say that you love your people does not mean that you hate other people, you
Facts.
know.
Yes.
But there is I need to we need to become more factual as far as having statistics in front of us, but we're not really those people. But
Right. Yeah.
there are groups of people whose
Mm-hmm.
money flips over three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 times in their own community before the dollar actually leaves their community, which means that they're spending the money with each other. And that
Right.
also happens in Italian communities and Polish communities. It just happens in
Mhm.
all these other
And
communities. But
Asian communities, yes.
right, right.
Mhm.
So it happens. I think that we were taught not to patronize each other as far as business wise and other things. And then when we do, it's like
It gets torn down.
it gets torn down. Like okay,
Yeah.
like you don't always go to even at McDonald's, Burger King, which I stay far away from those places now. You go there, they make mistakes with their orders. You know what I mean? But when a business that's of color, POC,
Mhm.
persons of color,
Right.
when they make a mistake, oh my gosh, it's like they don't even ever get another chance. It's like
It's
people
like
just
world news, and you are torn down all the way down.
what they say, cancel culture is what the kids call it now. Cancel
Boom.
culture.
Okay,
You
thank you.
know,
Mhm.
so yeah, we got to get away from that. We got to start
Mhm.
supporting each other and being
Yeah.
a little bit more kind and loving towards each other and forgiving.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I heard something today about forgiving and how it just changed the molecular structure
Oh,
of your
yeah.
body when you forgive somebody. I mean,
Right.
and even without the other person knowing, just you within yourself saying that you forgive.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of sickness. There's a
There's
lot of people
power
that are
and
sick.
healing in that.
Yes, yes. Don't you have a ceiling fan?
Um, I'm in the formal dining, darling, so we don't have a fan in the formal dining.
Okay, sounding like a Connecticut housewife for real, right there. uh,
This is my
well, in my
personal summer because I'm eating chocolate and I'm going to eat it anyhow.
oh, okay.
But
Eat your chocolate. Eat your chocolate.
yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
So forgiveness is healing.
Yes.
But okay,
Okay, so you
maybe.
want me to remind you also of being able to find a bed for hospitals or nursing homes or rehabs or
Oh, yes, yes, yes. So, okay, thank you, Daughters of the Most High. She said she's gonna have to watch us later because she likes watching us live. We know that. Maybe
all
the
right.
show should be called Traveling Sisters. Y'all been all over. You're right. You're right. You're right. But yes, catch us tomorrow and leave a comment and share it with a friend. Yes, share it with a friend.
And for the person that was talking about visiting Morocco, Morocco is definitely on the list. FYI, I have one island to go to this summer. I'll tell you about it when I get back.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Um,
Yes.
um. So NPR News.
Mhm,
See, look at me getting all fancy. I was in the car yesterday, and sometimes I'll be in the car. I don't have like
mhm.
Cyrus or any of those.
XM radio.
I don't have any of those XM radio things, whatever.
Right.
Um, so I was listening to NPR News,
Huh?
and she was saying that there is a crisis. Well, there's lots of crisis going on right now in the United States
Yes.
and
Yes.
everywhere. But
Hmm.
the fact that people are with mental illnesses and just people who are, Alzheimer's
Yes.
or more than one complication with their with their health, there are no beds. There are no beds,
Mm-hmm.
and besides, there's a shortage of beds, and besides there being a shortage of beds, yeah, I need I need some ginkgo biloba. But besides there being a shortage of beds, people are leaving their loved ones in the hospital because they their bill or their person won't be taken care of because if you own any kind of assets, it's just a it's just a
Horrible. It's horrible.
right. So this man was talking about he didn't his wife she fell, she hit her head, and she kept
Jesus.
falling, and all these different complications,
My
and then he
goodness.
could not, and he was contacting like Alzheimer's, right, and all these different organizations to help him,
Hmm.
and they said they were sorry, but unfortunately there's nothing that we can do. Like you're just gonna have to leave her in the hospital, and then they'll have to send her to a nursing home.
Which
And
is horrible.
if you I can't even imagine doing that, especially for someone that you love and you want to live with them to to the end,
Yeah. Yes.
and she ended up being in the hospital for 4 months, 4 months, and some people have been
Wow.
there a year or 2 years because they just cannot because the nurses and the people who work in these nursing homes, we already talked about this, they don't get paid enough, and
Right.
they might have came into it with a love for and a
Yes.
passion for helping people, but
You'd
because they're
hope.
so overburdened,
Yes. Yes.
they're not staying in those professions, you know.
And then kudos. I think we spoke also about that nurse that actually refused to have another patient on her as far as under her care because she knew about quality of care. And if they
Right.
added another person to her already large load, she wouldn't be able to give the quality care. And then they try to fire her or that is just a frightening thing when they want you to be overloaded. They're already overwhelmed. There's got to be another way. And
Yeah.
it's not just nurses, but it's also their CNAs and whoever else is giving, assisting in the care, and in saying that also, you still do have an oath that you take to do no harm. And if you aren't helping those who are under your care, then you're doing harm.
Yeah. But like you said,
So,
that one lady said that I think the average is like 7 to 8 patients, which is still kind of a lot.
my
And I think at that
goodness.
time they wanted her to take on like 11 people, and she's like, she
Yeah.
didn't sign off on it, and she didn't take it.
Mhm.
I think she
Right.
left for the day,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
they still tried to say that she was derelict, like we would say in the military, derelict of duty. And she's like,
Hmm.
no, I didn't even. So, and that puts a scar on your record as a nurse. You can, I think,
Unfortunately,
lose your.
in our day, how about provide more providers, caregivers,
Yeah.
you know?
So, well, if you
So,
don't, if you got to pay them what they're worth too, and
right.
or in order to keep them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
treat them well. But we know how
Hmm.
hard it is because I mean, we're going through a hard spot with our father, and
Yes.
they get, and sometimes if they have slight Alzheimer's or not, the quality of life has changed for them, and they may not be as cooperative as we would love for them to be when it comes
Yeah.
to service.
Yeah.
And we're talking about our loved ones, and so
Right.
the nurses and the professionals have to deal with calmly talking to these people to get them to do what is needed, like eating or taking your meds or
Well, a lot of times they're hurting,
yeah,
whether it be physically or mentally or both,
right,
and that's part of the job is to be compassionate. I used to work in the medical field, intentionally. When my kids
right,
were small, and I would
hmm,
I would actually do that care while my children were sleeping. That way, my children didn't have time taken away from them and in the care that I
right,
have for my children. But
hmm,
you definitely have to have a passion, a love for people, the elderly. You know,
hmm,
um, one of the things I want to talk about, seeing that we're back on the medical things, is they're really eager to put your loved one in a nursing home.
hmm,
Um, However, and they're eager to take the money, get the money from the government for that body. That I should say person, but that body in the
hmm.
nursing home. But yet and still, they won't allow the resources, the financial resources, to come to the family member that is willing to care in their
Lovingly,
home,
lovingly
lovingly
care.
care,
Hmm.
for that person. So it's frustrating, and there are people out there, mind you, that would actually take the money and not care for their loved one. But there are also genuine people out there that would care for their loved one. And like for me, for example, until the Lord heals me of my ailments, there are certain things physically that I cannot no longer do for my father. But that still doesn't. If you can spend X amount of $1,000 to give a nursing home, financial means to board, to feed, and to care for your loved one, why can you not provide that same funds for someone to come into the home and provide that same quality care for less money? It's
Hmm.
cost efficient to have them at home, but yet and
Well,
still
there
they prefer
are,
to put them in a nursing home. Go figure.
like, I think that our mother has there are policies that you can take out. Of course, you don't know how much the quality of life of a person is going to be by the time they
Mm-hmm.
get to a certain age. But I
Mm-hmm.
think that our mother did take out some policies that, and I have to talk to my sister-in-law because she at one time had an agency where people can come and have their loved ones taken care of in the household. You
They
know,
do, but unfortunately, depending
a separate
on.
policy, but you have to have a separate policy, a
Okay,
private
so
policy for
yes,
that.
right. But for
I
those who,
believe.
and that's, I would love to actually have a nursing home. I'd probably call it a home for care, as opposed to a nursing home. For those who actually care, that want to work with the elderly, and just provide the care that like you would want for your mother, your father, your grandparents, whomever, your loved one. If I could actually own a facility and provide everything that they actually need, I would do it.
All
So if
right.
there's anybody out there that has resources to help me get a nursing home in my vicinity, that let me know. Give me some information. I will gladly, glean from whatever anyone will give me. So there's that. But to not have our father in home and have 24-hour care here where he felt comfortable,
Hmm.
is a travesty, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
Absolutely, absolutely. So I
mhm.
put that in. I put that in there. Funding for nursing home care, nursing home pound funding. So,
Yes.
you know,
Pound grant, please grant me the grant
hey,
to create one.
yeah, I'm gonna put grants too. Hello.
Yes, please.
Oh, what do you say? You say hello ticket. What's that?
Hello, chicken.
How'd that evolve? How'd that evolve? Where'd that come from?
Oh Lord, and it's. I've been saying it so long. I actually have no earthly idea where it actually
Yeah,
came from.
yeah.
Oh, one of my daughters that just text me. Let's see here.
Oh,
Well, we'll see it later
look
on.
at look at it. Look at it. You can text
Okay.
her.
Well, if I look
So,
at it, then I won't be able to.
oh, I forgot. Well,
Yeah.
see, we need to have our laptops in front of us. That's what. Yeah.
Yes.
Um.
It's one or the other. One or the other. Right.
um. So
Mhm.
the other thing that I thought was cool was that I I think I was saying earlier in the beginning of this that uh, I was watching something and a lady fasting came up,
Mm,
and so it is so misunderstood as far as fasting and the spiritual aspect of fasting, and sometimes if you're stuck in a position or a spot,
mhm,
sometimes just fasting, just getting closer to God by just
mhm,
having a mentality of, okay, I'm going to fast for 3 days, 2 days, 7 days, a half a day, whatever.
mhm.
Um, Hello, Kaylee. Welcome. What you doing? We're just talking about spiritual things and non-spiritual things and children and gardening, and
And
we
nursing
didn't put
homes and
and
chocolates
nursing
and
homes. Yeah, taking care of parents, and we gotta put our seeds in and give ourselves 7 days from now until next week to get these seeds in the ground so we can show them. But
yeah.
you're welcome here. We're talking about queenly things and
Mhm.
building up one queen at a time. But
Yes.
I was listening to something on fasting. So then the next one was Daniel's fast. And so it's funny because I went to the gym, all right? So am on a I joined a 16-week program on so I won't wake up every morning and wish that I could go for a walk or wish that I could work out, but I'm actually going to just do it. I love that. Keep it just like that. I love it. Um uh so so then I reached over into my bag and I ordered this thing I think while I was with you. And by
Oh,
the time I got home it was here. And
okay.
it's on fasting, which I need to create this myself, right? So I'm not going to give the name. We need to come up with it one ourselves, but
I was going to ask you what was the name. Okay, got it.
off camera. Um,
Uh,
so I just know that I feel like, all right, that's why we start talking about chocolate because I'm like, is chocolate a part of the Daniel fast? I'm like, okay, on my
no,
Daniel fast, on my Daniel fast, I'm gonna read my book. I'm gonna have to write it in the back. I write it in the back. Put a little down.
it's a
Uh,
Nubia fact.
as long as it's like a certain percentage, like 70% dark chocolate, but
Hmm.
um but I have so many one another lady that I follow, she's like, don't say that you're fat, don't say that don't say anything negative. You have to say that you're on your way to being slimmer, or you're on your just thinking of it in a positive way. And she said that if you have any books on your shelf that are all dieting, that you should take them off your shelf. And I'm thinking, I don't really have any books that are dieting, but I do have some that say, like, I don't mind promoting this one. Life matters, so let's eat like it. And I found him on Instagram.
Hmm.
So I think he's a vegan or vegetarian.
Excuse me.
I hate, uh-huh, bless you. I don't like
Thank you.
to mess up the, whether the person is vegan or vegetarian. But you can tell that I've already highlighted and scratched in and circled and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yes.
So I thought, wow, if you brought out all the books that you had, and plus my Daniel fast and fasting books, they're not even up here. And then this is another one I have, natural vitamins
I have that one.
I know you and I have a lot of the same books.
Hmm.
Natural vitamins from food and supplements.
Hmm.
And these are all books that I have in my room. I need to have a bookcase or something. You have a bookcase in your room. I need to have a bookcase in my room or else right outside my door, something.
Yes.
Um, but and then I think we had the same book. I'm not sure. The Everything Mediterranean Instant Pot cookbook.
Oh no.
So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
if I would just so I need to start sitting down and
Everything Mediterranean.
while I'm fasting, I need to meditate on these books because you get them and then you go through them really quickly. And look, there's like a really good banana nut bread recipe,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, and then there's amaranth breakfast bowl with chocolate. So I'm thinking anybody who jumps in right now, they're gonna be like, what are they talking about? Where everything, everything. But it looks so good. I mean, look at this salad part right here. There's like,
Oh, that looks. Oh yes. Oh,
you know,
yes, please.
olive it has olives, cucumbers, cherry tomatoes. Look like it has couscous or what's the other one? I always get couscous and the other one mixed up.
Uh, uh,
Quinoa,
uh,
quinoa,
quinoa.
quinoa,
Yeah. Hmm.
quinoa. So that's another book. And then I'm not sure if I showed you this one. I found her on YouTube. But look at that. That is a what's she calling it? A
A
cashew
dressing.
sour cream. Cashew sour
Sour
cream.
cream. Oh, I eat it.
What?
I would so eat it.
Now I have to be
That
careful because my
looks
son has a.
so creamy and
It
so. Ooh,
does. My
yes.
son has a nut allergy, so I can't just be,
Okay. And
you
so does
know.
my daughter-in-law. My daughter-in-law has one also.
Oh, does she? So, and then look at this one. Mushrooms with that gravy and broccoli.
Oh, yes. Yes, we do.
It's like, yes,
Yes, that
please.
reminds me. I promised our dad that I would go to the backyard and cut some of my green onions and go to the freezer and get some mushrooms and make him a nice little omelet.
Oh
And I'll bring it to him.
man,
I'll bring it to him tomorrow
yeah. So
before my
how's he
hair
doing over there?
before before my hair
Before you're here.
appointment. Oh, so ready.
Oh, I had mine last week. I had mine
Yes,
last week.
looking good. Looking
Oh,
good.
okay. So where are we? We're at. Oh, girl, we're at 55 minutes.
Wow, time. Where does the time go, huh? So
Uh,
remind me also, next week I want to talk about places I've traveled so far. And it's not to be braggadocious, it's just that, you know what, while we still have the opportunity to travel, we need to do it. Oh, that looks yes,
look,
ma'am. Yes,
I
yes.
bet you, I bet you, I bet you, you two will pick that one as the face picture if I don't put the Connecticut Housewives
Uh-huh.
picture there. They always
Yeah.
find the craziest picture there. It's like,
Let that not be it.
you
That's like
know,
last
you know.
that's like last week getting stuck on with your mouth wide open on the pause. It makes you want to smile like just in case you might get a picture taken.
But it's because people when you pause it anywhere. But the other
Yeah.
thing, I we can't. You have to show a picture of your stand for next year, next week or whatever. But look, this is all you need. This is all you need, sister. Amazon.
Um,
I should be getting paid for it, but I'm not. And if I can find it again, actually, my husband ordered this one for me, and yeah, he did because he knows. And that because my white one, I have a white one too. I can't show you that one because my phone is actually on that stand. But these really work, girl. You have to be careful. Are you home by yourself or is that?
it's Scotty. It's
Ah,
the puppy. You have been
okay,
watching me.
so um, the black things have already popped off of these. Because I'll be
Ooh,
wearing these things out. So I need
ooh,
another one, and a new one. I need to just keep it in the spot for my podcasting. And this one right here, I've been traveling with. So it
that's
doesn't even.
good.
It's like so. It flips over like this.
Yes.
So, but
Hmm.
it doesn't even hold its spot stiff because now these things are kind of loose and broken off. And I've only had
Yeah.
this one less. The other one's probably 3 years old. This one's probably like
Uh-huh.
6 months old. So
Wow.
I just be
Okay.
killing stuff.
Okay. So you know how you talked about me and me fanning myself and fans and all that. This is
Yeah.
how serious I am about fans. So you know I have those fans that are up on the ceiling, the ceiling fans and all that, just not
Yeah.
in the formal dining. But this fan right here, this
Why are
fan.
we doing? Why are we doing product knowledge right now? We're doing. All right. So somebody needs to. Hello.
But this fan, I have to talk about it. This fan is most amazing because not only can you plug it in via a little teeny like plug like this kind, it's not a USB-C, but it's one of the ones before that,
Uh
that
huh.
has kind of like flat and then rounded. And you just plug this thing in, charge this thing up, and it will go by itself. Right now, of course, because I want to show you, I've already utilized the battery, the plug-free energy that it created. It works for like hours, right? So,
Hmm.
but you push the button, and the fan will come on. It's gonna go off just because I haven't charged it in like I don't know how many days. Can you hear me? Okay, over. But yeah,
Wait. Remember we were kids? We go. Bah, bah, bah.
exactly. So, but this fan, I love it because you can take it wherever you want to, plug it in or not plug it in. Right now, you saw it was working and it wasn't plugged in, right? So,
Oh.
and then it has audacity to actually raise up, so you can,
What?
yes, yes, come on.
Girl,
So,
look, right now we're in product review. This is funny because what's this called? Like mobile phone stand? I'm gonna mobile phone stand.
right.
This is funny.
So the worst part is I want to tell you who actually makes this thing. Oh, here we go. It's called a My Foldaway rechargeable
What?
fan. Boom.
Okay,
So if I
they ain't even giving us money for that. So I'm not even sure if I should put that in the notes section. But
but but one second,
my
I
win
know I know
my
we're
what
running short on time, but you go camping, this thing, you know,
battery operated?
yes. Well, actually, it's not battery operated. Remember, I told you it plugs in and it's actually it holds a charge. So
Wow. Oh
yes,
my
yes.
gosh.
So although this I got but I got this from Dollar Tree, and this thing has been holding up. I have like 5 of these suckers, and can I just tell you? Can I say that? I have 5 of these things. Excuse my language. And this was when Dollar Tree was $1, so I got like
Mhm.
5 of these for $1. Man, I wish I had stocked up on these things because when you're in church, you see sisters in church like me going, without a fan, and it feels good to be able to hand him a fan, for $1. Is it? You can keep it.
Uh, okay, and I'm still laughing at Dora the Most High. Girl, go on and enjoy your day and watch us later. She's still trying to catch up. She's so funny. She said,
Oh,
now 27 minutes behind. Girl, go on and enjoy your day and watch us later.
we love you, sis. We
We
thank
love
you for
you.
being
Yes,
diehard. You,
yeah.
we
What
really
this is
appreciate you and your support.
in some languages this looks really weird, but in sign language, because our uncle is deaf, it says I.
I,
This is L for love, and then this is Y for you. So
yeah, so
I.
LOVEU.
So in closing, what was the name of that fan again? My what? The
You
fan.
know what?
What was the name
We
of it?
forgot, sister, to say don't forget to to
Oh,
click
like
like and subscribe earlier in the. We are
I know.
over an hour.
I know. Once we get to 30 minutes, we need to start making sure that we say, okay, so if you found any value in something that we've said, or if you use any of the products that we've mentioned, at least give us a thumbs up. It's free. I mean, it's free, people.
Yeah,
Just click the
eh,
like button. And
yeah.
also, if somebody just needs to laugh or they have a sister and you want to reconnect, just send them this. Just forward it to them. Just forward it to them. And then just so that you won't miss anything, we come on 1 o'clock Eastern time, 12 o'clock Central time in Texas.
Mhm.
We're
Yes,
both Connecticut housewives. We just happen to be in
yes.
different locations. We travel a
Yeah,
lot.
of Connecticut.
And yes, and so just come back and visit us next week at 1 o'clock. All right. But what was the name of the fan? Are you going to tell me or no?
Yes, it was the my fold away.
My fold away. I'm going
My
to put that in
fold
there.
away. I'm gonna put it close up so you can see it.
Look, they better send us some money. That's all I'm saying.
And can I tell you that I'm really hard on things, and I treat this thing very unkind, and it's so kind to me all the time anyway. So I appreciate that. So all I can say, this is one product. I've never done that whole product you know
Review.
reviews, but this thing right here is the jam. I'm just saying.
That that's
Um,
funny.
Yeah, so
So
that was my fan experiences. Like I knew I had things to talk about today. Just and if you haven't ever heard us speak about anything, we just talk about random things, life, just things in general, and if you can glean from it or we amuse you, then be amused
yeah.
and glean.
And thank you. I
So,
see a Janique Joel and I see a La France in so me say. Forgive us. I my native tongue is English. Actually, I don't know what my native tongue is because
right.
my family came over on ships and my culture was stolen from me and my native language was stolen from me. So
Mhm.
anyway, truth is truth.
But
But it
our spoken
is
language is
English.
English.
Yes,
So
and you're
we welcome
and you're
everyone.
we do. So thank you for popping in, and we're closing out here. But I have a friend who went to Florida for her family has a house there and a house in Connecticut and someplace else.
Mhm.
So she came back. So I went to the gym yesterday, and on my way back. By the way, I'm doing a 16-week journey. So if you want to follow me or just click a thumbs up saying yeah, you're going to the gym. Also, we need to get our
Mhm.
steps in. She had 15,000 steps yesterday, but when she came back from Florida, I said she's 5 minutes from the gym, and I said, you know what? Hey, you home? She said, hey, come over here. I have something for you. So she bought me this veterans book.
Aw.
Um, so American Dream, and it's by what's her name?
Nada Khalifa.
Magda Halifia. Halifia.
Khalifa.
Halifa. So
Mhm.
I haven't read it yet, but I am going to take a look at it. And because my sister and I are both veterans, and we like to support veterans, and I that was a nice. My
Gesture.
friend, my friend met her in person and decided to bring me back this book.
Oh, that's
And
really neat.
so all the books that I wanted to talk about, I piled them all right here beside me on this little trash can. And for next week, we're gonna say something about gardening. We're gonna have to get on that stick. You're ahead of time because Texas weather
Oh,
is nicer. But this is my little gardening journal. And I read the other day that somebody said, write down what you do for the year, what you plant and when you plant it. And I love
yes.
this little book that was given to me.
Oh,
Yeah,
and what is? I need that. Okay, the Garden Journal Planner and log. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, because you know that your sister, our baby sister, and I live close to each other, and so I think that she
Yes.
actually gave this to me. So,
Oh, that's really
and
so thoughtful.
and I
A
yeah, and
thoughtful
I
lady.
I don't do, like I said, we don't exchange gifts for Mother's Day
Right.
and even birthdays. We'll do dinner for all those
Hmm.
type of things. And
Hmm.
my kids, I didn't raise them like that from the beginning, but I
Right.
do raise them that way now. And
Hmm.
but they're gonna do their own walk. I can't, you know,
They're
all you can do
grown.
is instill stuff in them, and they take it
Right.
however they want to, and they move on with their life. But
Exactly.
in closing, so she's 27 minutes behind. Thank you, La France. And then daughter of the Most High says, now I'm three. She's catching up. I'm 3 minutes behind, and y'all probably gone off. Hopefully, I can catch next time. Bye. Take care until next time. So we like. How do we do our closing?
We
So we
so we say peace.
no, no, it's not. That's middle.
Oh,
Okay, well,
peace,
y'all,
love,
we're
and
over
blessings.
we're over 50, so you're gonna have to forgive us.
Or is it
But
love, peace, and blessings?
I like the peace first. So peace,
So peace,
peace,
love,
love,
and blessings.
and blessings. Until next time, thank you for joining us here with our shenanigans and our sisterly things and our locks. I love her locks.
Yes, yes. Like that.
Locked
That's a
up,
good kind.
locked and loaded, locked and loaded.
Naturally
So
locked.
I
Naturally
love it.
locked. That's
Yes,
a shout out to my
yes,
to my sister who does me.
yes, yeah. Oh, yours is natural lock. Your mine's called Nubian locks. Right? Who knew?
What are the odds?
Nubia natural, something like that, something to that effect.
Nubia
But
went to
anyway,
Nubian. Or Nubian
yeah,
went to
no,
Nubian.
exactly, exactly. All right. Love you guys. Check us out next week. Invite a friend and follow the journey I'll be posting on. My goal is to have this channel, even the Connecticut portion of it and even the Nubian Queen Nation portion of it to grow.
Mhm.
So if you are a person and you don't have any sisters or you just want to be a part of a sister circle, just join us here. And who knows, maybe one day we can even have you on as a guest, right? All right, sister, love you. And I
Love
will
you.
chat later, and I'll be heading to my podcast class after this.
All
My
righty,
free
toodle.
my free podcast class.
Woo, free is for me, baby.
I forgot to put my tooth in.
Lord, Lord.
All right, love you. Bye. Talk to you later.
Look,
Ciao.
I can't. Goodness, goodness.